Well, good morning. I think that the last time I share or Hanum say we agreed that because this is an issue where education at 70, we'll be doing the conversation in English so that everyone can benefit from the information that we're sharing. So good afternoon to you if you're in Ghana, because the actual target of interviews like this is actually for Ghanaian students. So today we're looking at scholarship opportunities and admission opportunities. Fortunately, I have good news this morning. The good news is that Sweden has opened admissions for African students, but particularly Ghanaian students. Like I said, we're here. The utmost target is to help our fellow Ghanaian students to get admission and exposure. Last week when I came, I emphasized the point that, studying abroad, there's nothing absolutely wrong with studying abroad. And I gave you number one example of our first president, Osagyefo Nkrumah, that he studied in the UK, then later on went to the US to study. And that's one of the motivation factors that pushed Nkrumah to fight for independence. And not just fight for independence, but fight for independence under the slogan, under the theme that self-government now. Perhaps we would have struggled before we got independence. So studying abroad, there's nothing wrong about it. It gives you exposure, it gives you knowledge, it gives you experience with other cultures, other people. So that's why we're here today. So the good news again is that Norway, Sweden has opened admissions for Ghanaian students. So we will teach you. Dr. Asante teaches in one of the universities, University of Bergen. So he teaches one of the universities in Norway. So he's here to show you where the opportunities are for Ghanaian students in Norway and also for Sweden. The good thing about Sweden, unlike Norway, if you get a scholarship in Norway, there's a likelihood that you will pay your fees unless you have a scholarship, okay? But for Sweden has not just opened admission, but Sweden offers scholarship opportunities. Sweden will even pay you your flight, your ticket from Ghana to Sweden. And whilst you're studying for your master's in Sweden, they will give you an allowance. Plus, as a student, your student visa allows you to work, I think, 20 hours a week, which you can work more hours on during vacation. So Sweden is good if you are a needy student, needy but brilliant student, needy but brilliant student. So if you are in that category, needy but brilliant student, Sweden is good. If you are a teacher, you teach in Ghana, you already work maybe as a research assistant, you're looking for PhD, Norway is one brilliant place. You are paid to do your research in Norway. We don't have that in Ghana. I mean, that's why a lot of people are looking elsewhere. In Ghana, you cannot, it's very difficult because the economy is a growing economy and we're already under HIPIC. So you won't get scholarship or opportunity to do your PhD in Ghana. But in Sweden and Norway, even in UK, last week we did UK, they will pay you to do your PhD in the UK. So if you want to do your PhD study and come back and teach in Ghana, these areas are very good for you. So I have Dr. Asante here. Doc, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Efia. Thank you so much.
And thank you for your time because I know you're a very busy person teaching, working, and managing your family alongside. So thank you so much. And like I introduced to people, you teach in University of Bergen, right? Okay. And admission processes have opened in Sweden and Norway for some of the schools.
Yes, Sweden is open, but in Norway, it's opening in November.
In November, okay.
November, the admission open. So
I think it's even good that it's opening in November in Norway so that people can plan. Okay. Yeah. So which schools are opening admissions in November in Norway? Then we'll come to Sweden.
Yeah, in general, all admissions open in November
for all schools in Norway.
Yeah, for all schools in Norway. I mean, for international students, because we have two categories of admission. We have those that are from European area, and then those from, outside European environment. So if you are outside Europe, the admission opens from November. And those in Europe will have a different time period for the admission. We also have admission for those who are also living in Norway. If you are living in Norway and you are not a Norwegian, you are still accounted. You are also part of those that are supposed to apply from Norway. Within those categories. Yeah.
Okay. So then let's go to Sweden. Sweden has opened admissions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the admissions are opened in Sweden now, so students can apply. And I will send you the link for that for the application. And when you apply for admission now, Then in January, you apply for the scholarship.
Okay.
So they have different time period. You have to first apply for the admission, and then you go on to apply for the scholarship in January.
Okay.
Yeah, then by March, yeah, thereabout, if you are able to win some of the scholarship, then you come. The good thing about them is that when you apply for the scholarship, there are two categories of scholarship. There are scholarships that are awarded by the institutions themselves, and then there is also one that is awarded by the state. Okay. So the one you are going to apply for in January will be the one by the state. But per adventure, you are not able to win one of those scholarships. You can still apply for scholarship at the institution where you are offered admission. The problem with that one is that you will have an opportunity to study for free, but then you may have to take care of yourself. Okay. But the one from the state, you have an opportunity to study. The state will be giving you allowance every month. And then you also have an opportunity to do part-time work as well.
So that's the Sweden one.
Yeah, that's the Sweden.
So the Sweden one, you get admission, you get scholarship, you get funding every month. Government gives you, the Swedish government will give you money every month. And then you can also use your student visa to work.
Yes. And then you also take care of your flight. If you have to travel from your home country.
I think the last time we spoke to Kankam, I was amazed that Sweden gives you, even the scholarship includes all the way to your ticket from Ghana to Sweden.
Yeah. Even in Norway now, the government is considering, but the issue is still in parliament. It hasn't been approved yet. We are hoping that they will approve it because of the introduction of the fees, admission was reduced by about 80%. I mean, relative to years past. So most of the people who had admission could not come. Those who came were those who are perhaps, we call them students at risk. Those from countries where there is kind of like Zimbabwe, where students who are activists are being problems with the police or something like that, or Swaziland, and those countries where students are struggling, those are called students at risk. They are offered admission for free.
Okay. So I want us to emphasize this point so that because we are more interested in Ghanaian students getting opportunities, that Sweden is a number one. Sweden should be on your number one list.
Yeah.
Followed by Norway, if you're looking for university or schooling outside. With Sweden gives you admission. If you get scholarship, the scholarship includes a flight ticket from Ghana to Sweden. You are paid every month. Your student visa also gives you work permit, so it allows you to work 20 hours a week. And during vacations, you can work more hours. So you are getting almost like double in Sweden. So you are studying, government will pay you an allowance. You can also work on the side, 20 hours a week, add on to the money that government gives you. So Sweden, very important. Please make sure Sweden is number one on your list. And Doc says admission has already opened in Sweden. Doc, do you know how long the admission will last?
Usually it lasts for a month. So there is still more time for people to apply. And one thing is also that they also have very flexible immigration policies relative to other Scandinavian countries like Norway, Finland, and Denmark. I mean, Sweden has a very flexible immigration policies, which means that after your studies, no matter the kind of job that you are employed to do, you can be able to apply for work permit, which eventually will lead into you becoming maybe a citizen of the country. So they have very, very flexible immigration policy. Norway, after your studies, if you get a job which doesn't match your qualification, they will not offer you the opportunity to stay. But Sweden doesn't consider that. You can still be able to live in the country, even though your work may be different from what you have learned.
That's very good. So, Doc, now help us. What do if somebody puts Sweden on as number one on their list, or maybe Norway on their list? Now, I know you've done this with us before, but take us through, like, what do you need? Because I want us to sweep into the personal statement, which I think a lot of the Ghanaian students who come online kind of struggle with this. So we'll let you go through how to get a perfect personal statement or statement of purpose, that kind of thing. But give us a summary of all the documents you would need to succeed in applying for a Swedish scholarship. Yeah.
Yes. You will need a statement of purpose, like you have already mentioned. And then for the scholarship, they have a form for job experience that you need to fill. And you have your employers also giving their signature that yes. And then if you have leadership experience, your CV, very important. You must also demonstrate on your CV that you have leadership experience and you have an experience of helping with humanitarian organization. Because at the end of the day, we want you to go back and use your knowledge to kind of help people to in your society. So you need to demonstrate that your certificate, your transcript, English proficiency letter, all these things are very important for your. And then it's also important that you take note that while you are applying for the program, you must look at your background knowledge. Maybe you did your bachelor in political science, and then you are applying for a program in sociology. Usually it will become difficult to be offered admission. But if you are within the framework of what you studied in your bachelor, you are also in a better position to be offered master's admission.
I think this is a very good information. A lot of people don't know this. So if you, to increase your chances of getting the scholarship, what you're advising is that maybe if you did humanities, maybe science, maybe chemistry, maybe biology, or if you did political science, stay within at least the area of study. That enhances your chances of getting the scholarship.
Perfect. If you want to enhance your chance of getting scholarship, you must make sure that what you intend to study in your master level must still be within the domain that you studied in your bachelor level. Very important.
I think this is very good information because a lot of people don't know that. So people want to branch into different areas, and it's good information that won't improve your chances of getting the scholarship. So apart from that, let's come to the personal statement, because like I said, a lot of people who send us message, you kind of struggle with the personal statement. What should you, is the personal statement that crucial to your scholarship?
Yeah, very important because one, with the personal statement, you are able to demonstrate your background knowledge, your background experience. When we talk of your background knowledge, we are talking of what you studied within your bachelor or your master level if you are applying for a PhD. What background knowledge do you have relative to what you intend to study? If you compare what you did in your bachelor and then to what you are going to do, are there any correlation or relationship that we can say that, yes, this guy is so much endowed with the knowledge that he will be able to offer very good academic work if he's offered the admission. So it's very important. And then your experience also must be demonstrated on your statement of purpose, because you write about what you have done. So we also look at that. And then also you also demonstrate your desire, your interest, because there must be a relationship between what you have done before and what you want to do. Then we will know that, yes, this person is really willing to be to do this course. If you can also show on your screen.
Slide, yes, I think that you sent this slide, and I'll share the link with everyone if you want to ask Doc any peculiar question to your particular situation. Maybe you have already applied. Somebody was talking about schools in Finland. If you go to Vim Lady Online on YouTube, we've done interviews on Finland, and we've even given, there's a link under the Finland one to schools that do nursing in Finland, nursing, midwifery. There are schools that offer that, even with scholarship. I have videos on YouTube of that. So go there, the link to the school is there, and that will help you. If you need help, let me know, and we will help you as well to that school in Finland too. So, Doc, this is the the link. So you said common mistakes to avoid in your personal statement or statement of purpose. So take us through the common mistakes.
Okay. So when we move to the next on the slide, there are certain things that we need to avoid. One of them is being too generic. And here I say that avoid using vague or general statement that could apply to any applicant. One thing you must have at the back of your mind is that what makes you a unique candidate for the program that you are applying for. What makes you a special candidate? That is what you should be looking at. Don't be using things that are kind of, everyone is using the same statement. So you are also kind of writing the same. And this usually happens when people begin to copy from online statements. So they see people writing. Don't forget that you are not the only person who has access to Google. Everybody in this world has equal opportunity to access the same statement you saw.
So if you copy from Google, you'll be caught.
Yes, except when it is a paid job. If it is not a paid job, then you must know that everybody has the same access. And so if you are applying and you are copying exactly what you find on the on Google, you must also know that somebody from another place is also copying the same thing. And so you don't become unique because all of you become the same caliber of people. So it's always important that what makes you a unique or what makes you stand out as a candidate for that is very important. So instead, focus on specific experiences and skills that set you apart from all other people. Number 2, if you can go to the next.
Okay, the next slide. Okay. That's the next slide. So mismatch.
Yeah. Here,
not tailoring your statement to the program.
Very important, Efia. When you are applying for a program, and then you are telling them that, oh, I have worked in the health sector before, but they are not looking for somebody who has worked in the health sector. You are applying for something within social sciences. Maybe, for example, you have worked in an NGO where the NGO is maybe more focused on women or children issues. And then what you are also applying for is something that has to do with gender. Then you can say that, yes, I have this experience, which is very important for the program that you guys are undertaking at this institution. Then there is a match.
Okay. But what if you have worked, what if you worked maybe as an intern? Can you add that to your SOP?
Yes. What you can do is that, yes, you work as an intern, and as a result, you had an experience that you think that if you are offered an opportunity, you will be able to deal with some of these challenges. For example, I was an intern in an NGO, and I saw how women and children are struggling, especially in this area of Ghana or in this area of my country. And as such, I have taken it has enhanced my interest to pursue a program in this so that I can be able to help in dealing with these challenges. And so then there is a correlation between what you have studied and what you intend to do, or what you have done in terms of your career and what you intend to do. For example, if you are applying for a PhD, those who are applying for PhD, one of the things that they want to see is that you have an interest in research. PhD is not for the brilliant students, no. If you think that because
emphasize that point again, PhD, I think it's anything at all. It's not just for the brilliant student.
No. Sometimes people think that I want to do PhD because I'm brilliant. I want to do PhD because I had a first class. Yes, all of us, we have first class. But that is not the main reason they will offer you the admission. No. For PhD, they are looking for your interest in research. And you, somebody who is interested in research. That is why if the person has published something before, then they see that, oh, since he has published something before, it means that he's somebody who is more interested in research. Moreover, the person can say that, well, in my thesis or my bachelor thesis, master thesis, I researched into this and I saw some of these challenges. And because of that, there was a gap. I see that this part hasn't been done. And that will give me an opportunity for this opportunity, I'll be able to do that.
So for those who want PhD, but a lot of people come online who want kind of masters. I see a lot of the people who come who want masters, who undergrad students who have finished SHS, who are looking for opportunities. So let's focus more on those people. But I think your next slide is unnecessary detail.
Yes, and let me say this on the mismatch again.
Okay.
One of the things that people have to take note of is that when you are writing your statement of purpose, it's always important that you look at your transcripts. Look at your transcript and then ask yourself, what courses did I do at the university or in my bachelor that will be relevant for the master program that I am going to study? Now, when you look at the courses that you have done on your transcript, in your personal statement of purpose, you can state that in my master, I did this course, I did this course, I did this course, which are all relevant. And because of that, I have the background knowledge relevant for this program that I have applied for. So it's very important that there is a match between what you have done as a bachelor student and then what you want to do as a master student. Because one thing is that if you have done political science, for example, within political science, there is public administration, there is development studies, there is comparative politics, there is international relations. Maybe most of the courses that you did at the University of Ghana were focused on international relations. And so if I am applying for master, I have to look for masters that are related to international relations because that is the background knowledge I have. If the courses you did were more of public administration within political science, when I'm applying for master, I look for masters within public administration because I have the background knowledge, the basic knowledge required to undertake a master in public administration. So it's very important that you look at your transcript, look at the courses that you have done, and then use it as a basis for applying for your master program.
Okay, so now let's go to the next one, which is that you said people should avoid, when they are writing their personal statement, avoid unnecessary detail. So if for instance, I used to sell kontomire and all that with my mother in Tema. I used to sell in Kwaseja, so are you saying that I shouldn't write that in my personal statement?
Those ones are not necessary anymore. Many years ago, except when you are applying for a needy-based scholarship. If you are applying for a needy-based scholarship, then those ones will demonstrate that indeed you are a pauper or you are from a very poor background. And as such, you don't have the financial capabilities to be able to study without the scholarship. That is why they have to offer you the opportunity. In that situation, it is fine. But whereby it is not a needy-based scholarship, but it's a merit-based scholarship. The merit is based on your academic performance, your background experience, your background knowledge, which are important for the program that you are applying for. In this situation, you don't go and be telling stories about where you come from, a poor background. Sometimes you read some people, I'm from this area. I don't want to mention names here. I'm from this area and of Ghana, where even sometimes food was a problem for me. I was working.
That is not necessary because it's merit-based.
They are not necessary because many years ago, it was easier to tell some of these lies and then they will clap for you. As we used to say, but the thing is, these days, when you say those things, the white man will not knock his head or nod his head. Over the years, we used to say that, whatever you can say for a white man to nod the head, you can. But now, no, it doesn't work that way because you must understand that we are living in a globalized world. You cannot say, I didn't have access to internet. When your president or your minister of education has already produced documents or provided documents to IMF and all these institutions that, we have extended internet to all senior high schools in Ghana, all universities in Ghana, and then you are telling them, I don't have access to internet. They will not believe it. Because they know that from the documents that our state or our countries have provided, that we have stated that, yes, internet is all over. So some of the things that we used to say, now you say it and they will not nod their head. So always focus on what makes you stand out, a unique candidate, better than all others. It's very important.
Okay, okay. So let's move on to the other, because people have questions about the schools. Somebody wants to know, like, the schools who you said in Norway who have opened the admission. Can you give like a list of the schools?
Yeah, in Norway, admission, like I said, is opening in November,
In
but
November. Okay, how about the Sweden one? Because the Sweden schools have opened admissions, right?
yes, but
Okay.
what happens is that in Sweden there is a link, it's one portal that you apply. And so I will send you the link and the also the programs. The thing is, you don't apply to the school directly. You apply to the system, the link that I will send to you. And then when you have applied for the program, you apply to the system, you choose 3 schools that you want to apply for.
Okay.
That's how the system runs. It's not like Ghana, where you can apply to University of Ghana directly, or you apply to this institution. That no, it doesn't work that way. Here, it is like the nursing program. I think Ghana, we do have something like that. In the nursing program, you apply through the Ministry of Health or something like that. I'm not sure. It's been a long time.
No, I think even the nursing program in the past, they used to apply to the schools.
Yeah,
but I think they do it through GS. I don't know if it's changed, but that's a long time ago.
Yeah, because now you don't go to the school to go and apply. I think you apply through that. Okay, let's go to the basic level. In the basic level, when you are applying after GSS and you want to go to senior high school, you don't go to Prempe and look for admission. No.
Yeah, you apply to the system, the computer selection process. Yeah.
And then they will direct you. But here, it is not the computer that is going to direct you. You apply to the system, and then the schools will go and pick.
Okay.
Those who have applied, they pick them, and then rank them based on the number of students that they want to offer admission to, and how merit you are to the program.
Okay. So let's move on to the other ones, because we need to answer the questions for them. But can you give us a list of the schools in Sweden? Those, because I think people are very interested in that, because they offer you admission and get work permit and all that to work.
Yes, I can send you quickly the link.
Sorry.
The schools while we are talking, and then we can be able to apply for or check some of these links, because it's very important. Since people want to know about the schools in Sweden.
Yeah.
Just some few seconds, and then.
So in the meantime, I think what Doc is saying is very important. Put Sweden as number 1 on your list. I already have videos with some of the Ghanaian students in Finland. So Finland is good. I have a nursing school in Finland that offers courses or programs in nursing, midwifery, science-based generally. And their fees are almost negligible, and they have very good scholarship and programs. If you go to Vim Lady Online on YouTube, you see that video we did on Finland. And the link to the school, those schools, I put the links beneath in the comment section. I try to pin them, so if you go there, it's there. But put Sweden as number 1 on your list of schools to apply for. Admissions have already opened. Number 2, Sweden will give you a scholarship. Number 3, they will give you a work permit. Number 4, that work permit allows you to work 20 hours a week. Number 4, during vacations, you can work even more hours. Number 5, Sweden gives you allowance every month. They give you an allowance. Number 7, Sweden, part of your scholarship gives you the government of Sweden will pay for your flight ticket from Ghana to Sweden. So Sweden is very juicy. And so make sure that's why we're going through the SOP, the statement of purpose or the personal statement, so that this you can get everything. The application, you can do it yourself. If you go online, you download the application, you can fill it. It's just like filling a visa form or any university admission, your name, age, your address. Those are general. But then the statement of purpose makes a lot of impact on your total admission process. And that's why I'm begging Dog to take us all through it. So that even if somebody will go through it and even edit your statement of purpose for you, you need to have done the initial work. You can't send me an email, because I get a lot of emails from people who say, can you write this for me? Hell no, I can't write it for you. I have my own headache I'm dealing with, so I can't write it for you. But if you've written it and you want us to edit it, there are a lot of professors here who help. Doc helps. The last time Elikem Kingsley teaches in Alabama University, he did editing for a couple of the students who sent their statement of purpose. So do the initial work, and then we will come in and do the rest for you and help you to complete the process, right? That's why we are all around, just to help our own brothers and sisters get a better opportunity also. So Doc, let's come back again to the point that you wanted to make.
Yes, so that I've sent you the link on the chat.
You sent me the link, okay.
The first one is PDF of all the eligible master programs that students can apply for.
Okay.
So you see that when you click on the PDF, it shows about the institution, the master program, the program code, credits, and whatever. So if you are you are interested in pursuing a master program in Sweden, then you have to go through the link that Efia will share with you, the PDF file, check the schools, check the programs, and see which ones are within the domain that you undertook in your bachelor level.
Okay.
Then you can choose 3 of them, because when you are applying for the admission, you apply with 3 institutions. First, second, rank them based on your qualifications. Because if you have done, let's say you've gone to University of Education, and then you did education and you are a teacher, I would rank, or I would put institution that undertakes master in education as my number 1 before any other. Very important. And so when you are applying, you must take note of that. When you click on the link, you see that you get all the schools and the program. And so when you are applying, remember you need the code. I have also provided the link also for SI letters of reference, a template for it. If you are applying for admission in Sweden, they want to get template of reference letter. Very important, from your previous work. From the work. Where and we also have proof of work and leadership experience. Those who are working for your NGO, for example, you can, because if they have undertaken some leadership role in your NGO, you can be able to also help them. Yes. Very important.
Okay. So, Doc, maybe if you can summarize so that we can take, I want people to join us, ask you any question they want on the any concerns or challenge they have about the Sweden one. Because I know for sure that Sweden doesn't have an embassy in Ghana. So you go to Nigeria, but Nigeria, when you get that everything, they will just DHL everything to you. Even in the American embassy now in Ghana, when all you do is go to the embassy for a visa interview, everything is DHL'd to you. Okay. So the embassy being in Nigeria it even gives you an opportunity to explore, because there are lots of Ghanaian students who have not been to Nigeria before. So go to Nigeria, do your interview, and then they'll email your work permit, your student visa, everything, your ticket, everything. They'll send it by DHL to you. So straight from the airport to Sweden to study, you don't have any problem. So what you need to do to get admission is what we are taking you through. It's very important that you go through that one and you get the help that you need. So Doc, let's go back to the slide. I think we are in poor communication, using overly complex language. I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, sometimes, in our context, people think that when you speak very
big English,
grammar or English, then you are demonstrating that you are a very good candidate. It doesn't work that way. Your ability to speak to the understanding of your hearers makes you a better candidate than a person who speaks and then you don't understand anything.
Okay.
There is this popular video and said, I don't understand. Can you speak Zamrama or something like that? I think it's very funny video. Sometimes we think that, because it comes from when people are contesting for positions at the high school and the university, and they come and they use big grammar and jargons, and then we are clapping for them, thinking that they are the best. And at the end of the day, we don't understand anything. Yes, and so a student who is able to demonstrate by using simple English to the understanding of the reader, makes him a better candidate because we understand whatever he's saying.
Yeah.
Number two, it is important that you speak the language of the domain. If you are applying for a program,
the domain, what do you mean by that? Speak the language of the domain. What do you mean by that one?
For example, you are a science student. Science have certain words that they use.
Okay.
Somebody is a science student, he should be able to demonstrate that yes, he understands simple. For example, you can say, okay, in political science, we can say that, okay, grounded on this theory.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay.
Or some words.
So you must use the jargon, the language of the profession to show that you are within that profession. You understand the basic, at least the basic requirement. Okay.
Because the professor who is going to read your statement of purpose is from the field. And he has knowledge of certain words which are used in the field.
Okay.
And so if you are going to study within the field, there are certain things they want to see. That yes, this person is or understands the language of the profession. Therefore,
I think I get you.
Can be offered admission. So it's important that you take note of that, but avoid using big grammar that only you understand.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay. I think I get you, and it makes a lot of sense that you are looking for scholarship. So you want to persuade the panel that I am good enough for the scholarship, because like you said, all students from across the world are all vying for this scholarship. And one of the Professor Ajayi is in Germany. He's a Ghanaian. He was telling me that there are lots of Chinese, Thailand students who are taking all these opportunities. He called me, was like, where are the Ghanaians? Where are the Ghanaians? And that's one of the reasons why we do this, so that Ghanaians can know, understand. And that's why we even decided that, no, let's switch the language from Akan to English so that everybody will understand. And two, because a language of study in Ghana or teaching in Ghana is English. So we don't have to do this in Tree, especially when your personal statement is going to be, like you said, language is very important. It's important that we start from here. So I like that point that you made. So I want us to go to the next one so that people should join. Please, I have posted the link on Facebook and also on YouTube. Just use the link. Come in. Ask Obriyabo, I see you, but your camera is off. So if you want to ask Doc a question, please switch on your camera. Come on, ask your question, whether it's about the admission process, the scholarship, or the course. Because I noticed some people asking questions about wanting to switch from the courses that they did in undergrad to other courses. So let's know if that's what you want to do. And then Doc can also ask the question he wants to, he can appropriately answer your question for you. So this one, you said the writing process, the structure. Does the SOP follow a particular structure? Maybe say introduction, body, conclusion.
Yes, I think every write-up in English requires that you have a structure for writing that, and writing a statement of purpose also requires that. So if you go to the next slide, you see that I've shown the different structures that you have to do with what you are supposed to do.
So this is what you write in the introduction. Familiarize yourself with the specific guidelines. The guidelines of the course, or which one are you talking about?
When you are applying for the program, they talk about statement of purpose, and then they also give you guidelines. What is required of you in the statement of purpose, what the content of the statement of purpose has to be. So it's always important.
But not every school does that, though. Some schools don't give you the guideline.
Yes, it's still important that check from the university website. Sometimes they have a general guideline that guides students' admission. And then sometimes they even the what do you call the word count, the font size, all these things are provided. Sometimes it is general. So you need to check. If you check and there is nothing like that, then go by the normal ones that you know that the font size has to be 12, the spacing has to be 1.5. All these things are general. But some schools have specific guidelines that they are looking for. So it's always important that you read, especially the PhD. This usually applies to the PhD. Because when you apply and you don't read these things, you write your statement, and sometimes they don't even read it at all because you are not writing in the way that they want. So they will not even read it at all.
Okay, so this one is very important. Understand the intro. Doc is saying that familiarize yourself with the specific guidelines by the institution. So the school that you want to apply for, if you go to their website, usually it's there. I know a lot of students don't want to read those things, but please, this is admission. This is a life-changing opportunity. So take your time and read what the school that because this is a school that is giving you admission, giving you scholarship. They'll pay you every month. They are buying your ticket. You don't expect that will be easy. So you need to take your time to read the guidelines, what the guidelines actually want. Like Doc is saying, some of the schools even have word count. You have to write your SOP in 500 word statement, 700, sometimes 3,005. Make sure you live within the confines of that guideline that they've given you. It's better you do maybe below the 1,005 or below the word count, but you don't go beyond it.
Yeah, mostly they have 5% more or less in most admissions, and even in most write-ups. If you write 5% more or less, it's still okay for that. It's an unwritten rule that we all know that when you write 5% more or less, that's okay. Even thesis, if you write 10% or more or less, it's still okay. So here we say that begin your SOP with a concise and engaging introduction that highlights your background, including your educational qualifications, relevant experiences, and any achievement or honors. This section should give the reader a clear sense of who you are as a candidate.
Okay.
So it's very important.
Okay, good. Yeah, so Doc, we'll come back to that one, but let me, somebody has a question, so let's go to that person and answer the question for him. Dramani, right? Paul?
Yes.
So what's your question?
All right, by the way, let me thank you very much for this opportunity that you are offering Ghanaian youth. We are very grateful. By the way,
we
my
hope
question
you guys will
is,
take advantage. That's the most important one. Yeah.
So I'm in Saudi Arabia now, but I had a passion to take this opportunity and also move out there and then have to continue my education. So I want to really find out more about the fact that if maybe you've seen another person inside you and you want to switch to other areas.
Okay.
As I commented, how should I go about the SOP in that manner?
What do you have an undergrad?
Yes, please. I have it in science, physics.
Physics. So you did physics where? Which school?
UCC.
UCC. Okay. And you want to switch to which area?
I wanted to go to the arts because I'm considering philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why philosophy? Why do you want to? Is it something that you like, or you see an opportunity?
I've seen that passion in me from now. So I wanted to switch to that area. Okay. But still, I will also try to the sciences to see if anyone that works for me. Why not? I can still continue with the science.
Okay, I want Doc to answer your question, but I think one of these days, one of the things I wanted to do, one of my brothers, was they are high-paying jobs. I think that when we were growing up from SHS, we didn't really get anybody to advise us and guide us. But now we have the opportunity to also advise some of you who are now coming up. There are areas that you can easily get you a job. Okay, so even when you have a passion, sometimes you can, especially when we are coming from third world country, we know that survival is very important. You target those ones that can easily get you a job. Once you get that, then you go for your passion. Because you need to pay the bills too. You understand? Sometimes there's family behind you too. You understand? So that's one thing that I want to do in one of these days, like IT jobs. Elsewhere in Europe and in America and Canada, IT jobs are really paying well. You do very little training. Target those ones. Science-based courses paying very well. Technical courses are paying very well. If you go to Germany, people who are doing carpentry, mason, mechanics, they are paying. They get huge amounts of money. So you look at those areas, start getting some income, and then you can go after your passion. That's my small advice. I realized that too late in life, we had already got stuck in some other areas. So, Doc, but please. Oh.
Yeah, I think you see the thing is, if you want to switch to such a different domain from sciences to philosophy or humanities, it's sometimes very challenging, but it is not impossible. The reason is that you should be able to demonstrate why you think you have the background knowledge that qualifies you to do the new program. For example, maybe you have worked in a place before, and that place where you are working, they are predominantly focusing on philosophy. For example, I've been a research assistant for a professor who is into philosophy, and I have done this, I have read this, I have read this, I've done this. Even though I don't have background knowledge in terms of my bachelor, I have acquired some basic knowledge within the field. And I have also practically engaged myself within the field, and as such, I feel that I have the needed knowledge required to undertake the program. In that situation, you can. For example, somebody is working, is a science student, and he has been working in district assembly as maybe after his bachelor, he's worked there within the district assembly, helping with maybe the DC or MC or whatever, and it's in an administrative position. Because of the years of experience, he can still be offered an opportunity to undertake a course which is not sciences, but within administration, because he has the experience. So these are
so Doc, let's find out. Dramani, what job do you do now?
I'm a teacher now.
You're a teacher.
Yes. Okay. Now, if you're a teacher and you peradventure, that is what you were teaching, even though you don't have the background knowledge, but because you have been teaching the same course over and over again. I remember when I was in South Africa, I was mathematical literacy, which is called maths in Ghana. I haven't, I mean, I'm not a maths student.
Teacher, you are not a maths teacher.
Yeah, but I was teaching mathematics, not pure mathematics or core mathematics, but it's mathematical literacy, which is more like core maths. And I was able to handle it well. And because of that, if I intend to pursue a program in that, I can write that even though in my bachelor I did this, I have been teaching this program, and that has given me the basic understanding. And I think that this program will help me to be able to even do it better.
Okay.
In that situation, they can offer me admission because they think that yes, he hasn't done the course before, but he has some experiences which are important.
So Prof, Doc, I want you to answer. So he teaches. Can he use the teaching to justify the philosophy that he wants to branch into?
It depends on if it is maybe something.
If he wants to teach, if he wants to enhance his teaching with philosophy, I think that is a good justification, right?
Yeah.
Because in teaching, where at the College of Education, we were taught like some courses like educational philosophy and all that, and so I have interest in that also.
Good. So one,
I think that will help you. Yeah,
you can use that as a basis. One, you have done, that's a background knowledge. You have done educational philosophy. And then two, you have been teaching. And sometimes even the program you are teaching is still related to philosophy. Then they know that, okay, this guy is not just somebody who has the background knowledge. He has experience. And as such, he will be able to do it.
Okay. So Dramani, you are good to go. I think that you'll be good. So if I were you, I'll start looking at the Norway, Swedish scholarship, because that one, you are in Dubai right now. You get a ticket from Dubai to Sweden. So please look out for it. I have some links. I'll be sharing them later on under the video, so you can click on it and start reading on it, and then you can start working on your personal statement. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Good. You're welcome. So I said we were going to do this in English. I don't know why sometimes I just forget myself and I switch.
It's normal.
I switch back to.
Can you imagine that sometimes I'm speaking to my colleagues in the office and I'm speaking to you? then
because it's your first
I
language,
have
you
a
know,
colleague
yeah.
from Netherlands, and then he'll be looking at me, and then he will not there.
They
So
will
when he
not,
does
but they
this,
don't understand what you're saying.
yeah, then I know that. I say, I'm sorry. We laugh.
So, Doc, let's attempt to answer. I think that there's a lady who has sent us a question on YouTube. Mami Efia Owusu. Say, hello, please. I'm a nursing officer and also a physician assistant. Can I switch to palliative care? I think there's a course called palliative care, also in the medical field. There are other colleges in Sweden where you can apply. I think if you're a nurse, Finland will be the best for you.
Yeah,
Because last time we looked at Finland. Finland has classes, they have courses in nursing and the medical sciences, and they have very good scholarship. Finland is one fantastic place you should do. So, Mami Efia also Finland, and go back to my videos on Finland. We have a whole video on Finland, and we have a link to the Finland school that does the science-based course like nursing for you. Fantastic. You will switch, and this one is not even a switch because you are still within the medical field, and you do fantastic. So, Mami Efia also, please go to the Finland video on Vim Lady Online. It's on YouTube, please, and apply from there.
She can also check your the link.
The link you sent me. Okay.
So many schools and programs, and I'm sure she will find something related to her field.
Okay. Ms. Obiriabo, good afternoon.
Fine, good afternoon, Vim Lady.
Where are you calling us from?
Okay, I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. Okay. So anything we can do to help you, maybe your niece, your son, or
yeah, that is why I'm calling, because I have a bunch of people back home that I want to help.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to ask this question. Is this program for only master degree or PhD, or is it for people from, high school or whatever?
Yeah, people from high school can apply for undergrad. There are schools that will take, like, I think 2 weeks ago we did US. A lot of the US schools are even more open to undergrad students. They accept more of the undergrad students, those who come with SHS. So if you have a niece or a relative who just finished SHS, it's advisable to let the person write SAT.
All right.
Okay. But even the Sweden school, they have undergrad courses. Norway, they have undergrad courses. Yeah, they have undergrad courses too.
But
so
you have to pay for Norway and Sweden. The undergrad courses have to pay the school fees, or do they have to enroll for scholarship?
Okay, Doc.
Yes, in Norway now, like from last year, they introduced school fees. In Sweden, there are scholarship opportunities, so there are always opportunities there. And in Finland, if I remember, you shared some. There was this link where you can even apply, but you need to go and write this Duolingo exams.
Yeah, Duolingo. Duolingo is online now. You can even apply for. You can take the. It's like English proficiency test.
Yeah.
Yes, you can take it online, and then they know that you are proficient in English. You can speak English very well, because most of those schools offer their courses in English and their language. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't want to show my face because I'm aware right now. I'm outside working, so I didn't want to show my face.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's the reason. So, Vim Lady, I'm gonna share your link to my niece and let them,
Okay.
When the new question, they will contact you.
Yeah, if they just send me a message in my inbox, and then maybe if they want the personal link, I'll send it to them. But if they need guide, and because they are undergrad, I think I want to pay more attention to them, because they have potential to shape their mindset. You see, when you're already grown, there's nothing that can be done to you. But for those who are young, SHS, if we're able to shape their thinking, I think they can do so much good to our country.
Okay, thank you very much. Then I will leave you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
So that's Mr. Obiriabo. Doc, maybe if you want to do a quick summary of the undergrad, because I think that now that free SHS has come, a lot of people are getting opportunity to go to SHS. But when they come out, not everybody will get opportunity in Legon, in Tech, in the other universities. So those who want to get undergrad admissions in Norway, Sweden, what would be your brief advice to them?
Yeah, you see, most of this, one thing we should understand is that the undergrad programs in Sweden and Norway are very limited because of the language of instruction.
Okay.
In Norway and Sweden, most undergrad programs are taught in their local language, which is Swedish or Norsk. So if you cannot speak the language, it's usually difficult. Some of the programs, they will give you the opportunity to study the language for 1 year, and then you go ahead to do the program. But in Finland, there are so many technical programs. They call the technical and vocational universities. They offer bachelor programs, some in nursing, some in care homes, like taking care of elderly people. There are programs like that. You don't need bachelor program for that. All you need is an undergrad. But then you have to go and write the Duolingo test exams. But the Duolingo test exams, you can sit everywhere in Ghana
and write it.
Write it. You don't necessarily have to travel all the way to Accra. As long as you have access to internet and you have a computer, you can't be able to, but the computer must have a camera, because they need to monitor and know that nobody is around who is kind of guiding you. And then it will take a picture of you to kind of show that you are the one who wrote the exam. So I would advise them that they should look for the schools in Sweden. They are the best when it comes, and you don't pay anything for that. Vocational and nursing programs in Finland, you don't pay anything for that.
Okay. So we have a couple of questions, but Boateng said, I think Boateng, if you want to ask a question, you have to switch on your camera to be able to ask your question. But Emmanuel Edu Elliot says he's watching us from 2 Mexico. I don't know where 2 Mexico is, but I know there's Mexico in Temacomti 2. So I don't know if it's Temacomti 2 that you are talking about, because that's my area. And that's my area. Comti 2 is my, from European market. I mean, the whole Comti 2 is my area. So, and then there's another question from Nanekia Santua. You say you are watching us from France. So thank you so much, Nana. Connect your relative, your niece, your nephew, your children to apply. If one person gets the opportunity, that's good for us. I mean, any kind of knowledge that will help Ghana is the best. Kweku Boachi says, please, can you work there after school? Yes, Doc, you were saying something about working after school.
Yes. In Sweden, yes. If you get job, I mean, once you are a student, one of the things you should focus on, apart from your studies, is even if it is a part-time work, do it well so that you get credibility. By the time you complete your education or your program, you can use that. If they are willing to allow you to work more, you can use that to apply for work permit and then stay. In Finland, the programs that the nursing and vocational programs, which you don't, even with JHS, junior high school, as long as you are able to write the Duolingo test exams and meet the minimum qualification, you can apply for those programs. And the care homes, for example, once you are studying, you are also allowed to be working in care homes, taking care of elderly people and stuff. And most of them are retained in these places. In Norway, it must meet your qualifications. So if you have a master, then the work you are applying for must also be master-related work. Very important.
Okay. So please, I hope that we all are understanding the differences between the two, so that you can work. You can definitely work after school.
Yeah.
But it has to be related to your field if you want to live in Norway. But in Sweden, you can do any other work. But you see, what we are all encouraging is study and come and help Ghana. Don't just live there and stay there.
Yes.
You study, maybe you work there 1 or 2 years just to get experience, and you come home and come. You are the future leaders. You are the ones we want to be the president and the future ministers. We can't continue like this. So the idea is like Osajifo did go study and come and help build on what Osajifo left for Ghana. Francis Ahin, he says, please, the link about Duolingo exams. Please, this one, you don't even need the link to the Duolingo online. Just go online. The Duolingo links are there. Okay, but if you still need the links, when we finish, I'll inbox you the link to take the Duolingo exams. You don't have to pay for some of the schools. Take Duolingo. Other schools are specific. They won't take the Duolingo. They will take TOEFL. But I mean, for instance, in US, there's a lot of the schools take Duolingo. A lot of the schools take Duolingo. Okay. Robert Mensah has a question, Doc. He says, please, I was offering BSc in biological sciences education. I wish to do my master's in a related area, science area, Doc.
Okay. What did he study?
He says BSc biological sciences education.
Okay. And he wants to still pursue
something
masters
in that area, something maybe science research and all that. At the top of my head, I would say that Professor Ajayi School, University of Oppenheimer, is in Germany. They also give you a stipend. They give you, I think, the last time the Ghanaian student there said he was taking 2,000. Somebody was taking 2,500 euros.
And yeah, I think the person should also check the link to the PDF on the programs at Sweden.
Okay.
They give you programs that are related to your field. So if he goes through all the schools and the programs, he'll be able to identify at least 3 schools that are undertaking programs that he's more interested in and also related to biological sciences.
Okay. Yeah. So that's your question right there. Papa Talbi says, I have MSc Logistic and Supply Chain Management. Can I get a PhD scholarship in that area? Logistics supply chain.
Of course, you can get PhD in that area. But in Norway, for example, PhD is full-time employment. Because it's full-time employment, they always describe what you are going to research on. So it's not about PhD in logistics, but it's what you are going to undertake as research, which is very important. So you might have masters in logistics, but in your master thesis, what did you write about? What did you study in your logistics? The peculiar issues that you undertook in your master, which becomes relevant when you want to undertake a PhD. That's what you should be looking into. Of course, you are always PhD.
Okay, so that's the link to the schools in Sweden. I've added it, but I'll do an itemized one and put it in the link so that you can click on it and it will take you to the pages that you want. So somebody has another question. It says Joshua Forjo said, do the schools in Norway and Sweden take application fee?
In Norway, no, there is no application fee. In Sweden, yes, some of the schools, they do have application fee, but I think it's very small, not a bigger amount.
Okay. Yeah. So Nuhu Charisma, you said you are watching us from Takrade. Thank you so much for watching us from Takrade. Okay, Teche Kwabna Mensa says you're watching us. Okay, Teche, thank you so much. So Joshua Forjo, we've answered your question. Schools in Norway, no application fee. Schools in Sweden, you will pay application fee. Okay. Yeah. But usually, I mean, if for Sweden, even if you pay an application fee, I don't think that's a problem, because you are getting scholarship, you are getting tickets, you are getting stipend every month, you are getting tickets from Ghana to Sweden. So that is, even if you pay $100 for application fee, I think it's good, because in US schools some of the schools take from $50 to $150, some even take $250 for application fee. So if that is waived for you for Sweden, that's very good. Robert Mensa, we've answered your question for you. So let's go to somebody else. Richmond Opoku says, good afternoon, Ifya. Thank you and doctor for this very, very good topic. It's very important. The issue that Doc was raising about communication is very important. When people are doing their personal statements, it's very important that they understand the issue of communication, what words they are using, how the words are being used, the grammar. And they should always get somebody to proofread for them before they submit it. At least it helps reduce the grammatical errors, and sometimes it reduces the complexity of the document too. So Richard Opoko, Richard, thank you so much for that advice. Sometimes the accounts have this proverb that so no matter how clever you think you are, you may not see all the errors that you've made in your SOP. So if somebody takes a second look at them and gives you maybe feedback on the errors, correct here, correct there, it just helps your own application. Akomia Sechi says, watching from Accra Media. Akomia, thank you so much for watching us from Media. Doc, somebody wants you to go over the personal state, the SOP.
Yes. Wow. I think if we are the last page.
I should go to the last slide, right?
Yeah. Okay, and I have also provided the link to the Duolingo test exam, because sometimes you have so many people providing fake ones.
Yes. And so I just blocked somebody. I don't know. Sometimes when we do this thing, people also come online and they're trying to, kind of connect to, frustrated students, take their money, contact me for this. Don't contact anybody. Only use the link we give you, please. People will scam you. Last time somebody called us and somebody had scammed someone 17,000. Imagine 17,000 Ghana. That is 170 million. Why would you do that? We've given you all the links. Sit down, get your brothers and sisters, your cousin to go through and apply for yourself. Please. If you refuse to listen to us and somebody scam you like they've scammed this young man, well, you can't blame anybody but yourself. 170 million. That's a lot of money, So, Doc, I've gone to the last statement.
The last slide. No, the last but one, sorry.
The last but one, okay. So let me go to the last but one.
Yes. So you can see from here the summary. These are the key points. The introduction, what you are supposed to do. Since Afia has the video online already, so I'm not going to go through these details. They are there. You see the introduction, what is required of you, the background, why this course, career goals, why this university, and then conclusion, what is required of you at each level of the statement of purpose. So people can look at your video, go and watch the video, and then send the video to your friends. They can pause here when they are watching the video, pause here and read. And these are details of them.
So I've just posted the link to the Duolingo. It's there. I've just posted it. So please check it out. Link to Duolingo. You can take the exams online. You don't have to pay anybody. People who do the IELTS, they take people. There are people in Ghana who are collecting people 500 Ghana cedis. People are taking 1,005. There's no use. Just do the Duolingo and you'll be good to go. Okay.
And the good thing about this link is that this is directly to the Duolingo system. What happens is that before you register and pay for it, you have an opportunity to test yourself as many times as you want.
Okay.
And then when you feel comfortable that I have tested myself many times and now I meet the minimum requirement, after then you can pay and take the exams.
Okay.
So always take advantage of the opportunity to test yourself. And then when you feel that you are more comfortable and that you have the needed skills to pass the exams, pay and then write the exam.
Okay. Okay. So it's a very good. I've posted the link there. It helps you. You can practice, and then when you're perfect, then you can pay and use the results from there to help you. So let's go to somebody else.
There is also a link to the practical nurse school application. I think I've sent it also.
You sent it to me. Okay, I'll share the link too as well. So
just
there was a lady on Facebook. She's on YouTube. Queer. I think her name is Queer. I'll send you the link, and so that you can always go back to that nursing school in Finland. It helps you to get the admission, and it's very easy. No scammer will scam you because you are doing it yourself. Abraham Chemensa says, if you have completed UCC and I have a 7-year experience in the field office as a field officer, but I want to upgrade my educational profile and knowledge. So, but you didn't tell us which course you want to do. You didn't tell us which course you did at UCC. So Abraham Chemensa, please, you want to do that so that Doc can really help you in that area that you're talking about. Upon Gideon says, any opportunity in the field of aerospace and engineering. I'm not sure about that, Doc. Do you know that? I think US schools, for instance, that school in Utah.
I think for every, country, I'm not sure of Ghana, but every country that developed country, there are always opportunity for aerospace and engineering. Okay. Even here in Norway, in Sweden, in Finland, they should check the link. You have schools that are undertaking some of these programs.
Okay. And then also this gentleman, I'm Comensa. He says, if you apply to the system in Sweden, do you have to pay for application fee for all 3 schools? Yes. Doc said you have to pay for application fee. But if you know what you want and you know the scholarship that comes, they are giving you scholarship. So don't worry, even if you have to pay for 3 applications, because even in our own country, Ghana, you pay for application. Don't we buy the forms? We buy the university forms, right? Yeah. So please, be paying for it is not a problem. Upon Augustine says, kindly ask my question for me. Upon I haven't seen your question. I would have asked your question for you. Okay. So Owusu says, I need a job as electrician. Well, Owusu, we are not here to offer jobs. We are doing education opportunities. So if you need a school as for electrical engineering, then we can help you. But Charlie, we are not Nanado. So we wish we were so that we can offer you a job, but we are not. Helena Obin says, any opportunity for early childhood educators? Early childhood educators.
Of course, yeah. Of course, FEI is all within the education field. So there are always opportunities there for early childhood educators. Yeah. I mean, it's about the program you did in your bachelor, or if it is master. Yes, that's what is important. Because sometimes people think that because I did my bachelor as a distance student or at UCC or something like that, I do not qualify to undertake a master outside. No, it doesn't work that way. Once you have a bachelor is a bachelor. As long as it is coming from an accredited institution, not just any institution, but an accredited one, then it's you can.
Yes. Okay. So that's what, Dr. Helena, you have a good opportunity within the education system. So you have a good chance over there. So Ruth has a question, says, please, I'm a nurse and I want the link to apply for further study. Ruth, we have said the nursing student, Finland, and I'll put the link there. I'll put it up again after, or I'll inbox you the link so that you can apply for yourself, Ruth. For the nursing student, Finland is the best place for you. They have scholarship, they have all that for you. Isaac Goma says masters in divinity. Well, I don't know about anywhere masters in divinity. I think maybe if you look at the religious schools, like Fordham is a Catholic university. Weber State University, Utah is a Mormon university. It belongs to Latter Days Church. They have a lot of scholarship. They are in Utah. The whole state is controlled by Mormons. They are very rich. They give a lot of scholarship to there. So if you look at those religious universities, Catholic schools, you know, you will get those kind of courses. But right now we don't have. Our dog, you know, a school that offers that.
Yeah, I think like you said, if you are looking for divinity, you might not get, but you have religion or schools that are undertaking religious studies, you can apply for that.
Okay. And that's very good. It says schools that do religion, you get that one. Ohima has a question. It says, are there any opportunity for accountancy? I think yes. Accounting is a very sought after, taxes and all that. Yes, Doc.
Yeah.
In Sweden, are there opportunities like that in Sweden?
Yeah, it's within the business area. The problem with the business is that usually most of the schools are looking for GMAT and stuff. So that's what limits some of them. But there are always schools that will still offer you the opportunity, even if you don't have those ones. But most of the top schools, they usually look for GMAT for the business programs.
Okay. So shout out to my dear friend lawyer Jennifer Ponyamiche. The husband is an architect, she's a lawyer. So this is a very intellectual household. So counsel, good afternoon to you. She just sent a message that she's watching. I thank you so much. Vincent has a question. Says, if I'm currently embarking on my first degree in IT, can I still apply for a master's program? No, please finish it.
Yes.
Finish it. When you finish it, then you have a transcript. Okay. Then you have credit hours. Then you can use your credit to apply for your master's, right? And I know.
Also finish it and finish it well.
So Vincent, finish it and finish it well. IT is good. You see, you are on the right path to make good, a good life for yourself. IT is a very much sought after field in Europe and other places. Okay, so you're good to go. Elijah Joe McLean says, if I need help on how to get full scholarship at Missouri S&T University after I've been accepted for undergraduate studies, okay, we'll do that one another time. This is US. Doc is not in US, he's in Europe, so we'll do that again. Europe. Upon Gideon says, if you have any opportunity for Euro, I think we've answered your question. Do you ask the question about aerospace? Okay, so Doc, anything else?
Yeah, so I feel like I said, when we are writing our statement of purpose, we have to. Somebody made a comment that it's always important that you get someone to read through for you. If you have even basic Grammarly, it helps, because Grammarly, you don't need to pay for Grammarly. You can use the basic one just to be able to correct some little omissions that we sometimes, all of us, we do make omissions. Sometimes you are writing, there is a boy, and then you just write there, and then you forgot to write the is, and then you know, or it's not because you don't know, it's just that it's just an omission that can easily be corrected by the basic Grammarly. So I would advise the students that they should download Grammarly for free, the free version on their laptop, so that when they are writing some of these statements of purpose, it can also be able to correct some basic grammar that you use. There are also a lot of AI tools nowadays. Use the AI tools. They are free. You don't need to pay for AI tools. Chat GPT, for example. You can rewrite this, and then you write the statement that you want the Chat GPT to write. And then it will rewrite it in a very nice way for you. You can look into it. If it's something that you think resonate with you well, you just have to go ahead with it. So make use of the AI tools, make use of Grammarly, make use of your colleagues around, people around. Let them read through for you. No man is an island of himself. No one is a walking encyclopedia. You cannot carry the whole world. Even when we were kids, they told us a story about Anansi who carried all the wisdom of and we know how he suffered. So it's important that if you are interested to undertake a master degree program or a study outside, take note of all this. And it's also important that we should make enough preparations. You have a whole year to yourself. Don't wait until you complete your bachelor before you start thinking of it. Start thinking of it before you complete. Seek the information. Spend your time on important things. Your data. Spend your data on listening to programs like this that will future. Don't spend your data listening to things which do not benefit you in any way. I mean, sometimes we have a lot of data and people spend their data calling to say sorry to use, use very bad language on others. And those things do not help you. Or listening to programs which are only kind of bringing your spirit down all the time. When you could use this, use your data to watch programs like this to enhance your chances and your future. So it's just a word of advice to people that don't wait.
I think it was Mercy Keteku who said that she wanted you to go over the outline on the personal statement, the SOP again. But I think that if you can answer this question on YouTube, people have sent this message on YouTube. Ponsa, Ampome answer. I think that's your name. I think Doc has already answered your question for you. He said, this is Paul Dramani. You struggle to mention my name on YouTube. It's true. Or see, the schools in Sweden, do they give automatic scholarship? Hell no. Who will give you automatic scholarship? Master, your own country, Ghana, will not give you automatic scholarship. You want to say automatic scholarship? No, that's why they said you should apply. And if you qualify, and that's why the personal statement, we are taking time to take you through the personal statement, because it's not automatic. Your personal statement must be written to suit the course you want to undertake, and write it very well so that it will make sense to them. Isaac Derby says, if you are please, can you review the SOP for me? Yeah, send me an email, send it, and I'll let Doc and the other lecturers we have on this platform look at it for you and give you feedback. If you have written it, we'll be more than glad to help you. But if you have not written it and you want us to write it for you, we won't do that work. We won't do that work for you. Abraham Chamens, Abraham, we've answered your question. A Greek. Doc, do you know of any school that does a Greek? I think he's very interested in a Greek.
Where I did my first master degree, Norwegian University of Life Sciences, they are more into agric. And there are a lot of universities that you can have agric. I mean, it's something that resonates with every country. So if they check the one on Sweden, the list, you find a lot of schools that are also undertaking agriculture.
Okay. So Augustine, Norwegian University of Life Sciences says they do agric, and the one the other schools whose link I will share, they also have courses in agric. So it's very important. You know, in Europe and in America, they do agric on very, very huge scale. So I think it's very important that you want to help us. If you want to send me an email, just send me vimvim100 vimvim100@gmail.com. Just send me an email with your personal statement if you have written it, and then I'll forward it to the professors. They'll look at it for you, they'll correct the errors for you, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, if you haven't written it, then I can't help you, but if you have, then we can help you with that. Mujahid, he says, Sister Ifya, please, what is the meaning of immunization and financial affidavit forms? And do I need to get the medical clearance before traveling to study outside? Doc, I don't know about medical clearance.
I think it depends on the country, but in Europe, you don't need that. Most European countries, you don't need to have medical clearance before you are offered a visa. No.
Okay. So that's your answer right there, Muhajid. Mujahid is Mujahid rather. Okay. Plebo, he says, please, any scholarship opportunity for welding and fabrication in the UK? No. Well, I don't know of that, but we did the UK last week. So go back to the UK. It's on my Facebook. It's also on YouTube. Go back and watch the video and look at the opportunities there. Yeah, but I don't know about welding, but we did a lot of the schools in UK, and we spoke about Glasgow, Caledonian University, all the other schools. We mentioned a list of it. Yeah. So also Ansan was asking about engineering.
Yeah.
Doc, what do you think about engineering?
The one in Sweden, for example, you have a lot of schools that are undertaking engineering, but which specific field within engineering are you interested in? Take note of that. So when you are applying, you must understand that your background within engineering, because then we have the mechanical engineer, we have different fields within engineering. So you should be able to tilt your statement of purpose in line with the specific field within engineering that you want to undertake.
And I think that's the point that Doc makes. That's very important. Whichever school that you decide to apply for, whichever school says, tilt your statement of purpose or your personal statement, tilt it to suit the course you're applying for. Okay, whether your degree, your undergrad degree is in that area or not, if you have a bit of experience that relates to the course you want to do, tilt it. And that's why you don't have to copy somebody's personal statement. The person may be doing it for science. Maybe you're applying for political science. You're applying for international relations. You're applying for law. Tilt it to your own area to suit the course you want to be given scholarship for. All right. Yeah. So I'll let Doc do a roundup of the basic things that you need. But basically, I've said that look at Sweden. Let Sweden be the number one on your list because they've opened admissions. They have 1 million scholarship available for you. The scholarship includes tickets from Ghana to Sweden. It includes stipend. They'll give you money every month, allowance, jikodi, like gin. So they don't want you to stress yourself while you're studying. Okay, so it includes all that. Norway should be number 2 on your list. Norway, they also are opening admission next month. There are a lot of opportunities there. Norway, now you pay fees, but the fees is small. Okay. If you get some scholarship within the institution or maybe in the States, you'll be able to get more.
Finland is also opening next month. So
and Finland is also opening admissions next month. So we'll come back and do a repetition of the Finland too, so that you know, like for the nurses, midwives, the physician assistant, those who want the medical field opportunities. Next week, we'll go back into the Finland one so that you can see the this thing that you want. Francis Ahin, you say you want the link to the Duolingo. I've already posted it, so go check the comment again. I think I'll pin it later on so that you know it. Upon J, I think I've answered your question. We've answered your question already. Ostik Upon, say, please, I'm done with my NSS this year. I have BSc in IT and I want to further my education in software engineering. Fantastic. This is a good program for you. So click on I'll send you the link. Look at that, the IT program there, and you are in the perfect program. Letitia Ethel, you say you want the Duolingo. I've posted the link. I don't know why you can't see. Okay, I'll post it again so that all of you see it. Doc, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think I would just have to encourage students that as much as they have the possibility, please look for the opportunities. It is not a crime to study outside. Some of us come from very low background, but we manage to go through it. And it's because of determination and diligence. When you are determined to do something, you always look for information that is related to what you intend to do. You read about it, search for information from friends, from loved ones, watch important programs like a fierce program on YouTube and on Facebook. These are things that will enhance your chances of becoming what you intend to be. So it's very important that people take note of that. Yeah.
So, Doc, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us, and we appreciate your time, because we know you are such a busy person, doing schooling and teaching at the same time, managing your family at the same time. So, okay.
Weekend is a bit tough because
I know
now there's this international festival program that is happening right now, and people are preparing what do you call it, jollof rice. So I want to quickly get there and then taste out.
So you should go there, and it's a very good opportunity to mingle and know what you're. So thank you for thank you. And those who have already submitted, some few people have sent me their statement of purpose. I'll send them to you so that we can help people to correct here and there. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this has been Doc Asante. He teaches in University of Bergen. He's also one of the he's also doing his PhD alongside at the same time, and he's been very helpful to help us. Sweden, Norway. Sweden has opened admission for scholarship and all that. They have plenty admission to go around. So please look at that, enjoy it. And I'm going to pin the additional links to the areas that you want, so that if you didn't join us, share the link with a relative or anybody at all, and let them benefit from it. If you have the link, it will be fantastic to have, and I'll be sharing the other links with this. So Doc, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Afia. Okay.
Enjoy. So we'll be meeting the rest of you next week, and watch out for the links in the comment section. I'll try to pin them so that all of you can have easy access. Have a good day, and have a good afternoon, have a good evening, wherever you are watching us from. Thank you.